Gemini, what's good? I'm your wild entry high priest. This message is for the Gemini, Sun, and Rising Collective. Regardless of your natal placement, this may resonate with you. I strongly suggest that you take only what does and leave the rest to the rest. Hit like if it doesn't resonate with you. Hit like if you'd just like to support me. Damn you. There's a freaking gnat in here. It's so humid. And we just watered the plants. I'm so sorry. Subscribe if you're new here, right? Wow. That's a good follow-up to... Thank you for being here. Ever so grateful for our energetic exchange. Ever so grateful, as always, for our connection. Thank you so much, Gemini. This message is attuned to the new moon in Scorpio, so it may resonate with you for the week following November 20th or 28 days following the new moon in Scorpio, 9.5 months or 2.5 years, depending on your connection to the lunar vibrations, the circadian magic. I ask that our guides of the highest most brilliant divine white light protect you, me, and us as I channel for your Gemini divine. Thank you. So your horoscope is mainly about organization. This is not to say that you are not organized. I assume Geminis are very well organized, even in their mental scatter. And this is not about you or anyone. This is just me talking because I talk. But coming after what is happening now, Spirit, God, your guides want you to get well organized because of the movement, the shift that is about to occur. This may be energetically, spiritually, but even so, it does become real. So you may be acknowledging that you're moving away, or you're in leaving a relationship, a job, or a place, in deciding, making the decision to do that. Maybe you are in the midst of that. The time is coming for you to get organized for the shift, for the movement. This will grant you like divine momentum. So there's no urgency here, but it is just maybe your guides want to assert where you can put your mind instead of on the concern and the worry about whether or not you made the right decision. It's more so you have made the right decision. Now don't concern yourself with it anymore, any longer, and let's get the show on the road. Thank you, Gemini. I had a weird message. I was recording your message and it was very Uranus. It was like a message from Uranus, which is just like it does assert me or like center me, but it really isn't about me. I don't mean to be that way. It is just like the way I come across sometimes. And so it may be like my voice or my inflection or my, like the way I speak or just like my nonchalance, but it really isn't about me. It's just like the way I am as a guide, the way I present myself. I'm not appointing myself in your life or appointing myself as your mentor, your teacher, or your guide, but there is a format of guidance that I provide, which is part of the Uranus message, which is just like, let me help you see the crumbling, the ashes falling. Let me guide you to stillness, okay? The calm when all the ashes and the dust settles. Let me guide you to it. Let's not walk in fear. I'm not here to instill fear. I'm just here to help you create monumentous change, okay? To guide you through destabilization and to guide you to a new foundation where you will take all responsibility to commit and create the actual change. Thank you so much. This is about saying no. This is about declaring your peace. Okay. This is it's about like the geyser, like what's been stuck, right? Okay, thank you so much. Gemini, Sun, and Rising Collective. Message for the new moon in Scorpio for the latter half of November. One, Sacred Symbols Oracle. Stormy. Full moon. When is your full moon? In about 2 months? Okay. Yes, I know it's stormy weather. It might be where you are, like actually the climate, or this is why your guides present themselves and assert the message of becoming centered and focused more so on organization, on how you're going to do it so that it isn't a rocky, or if it's a bumpy road, it will be lessened, okay? As long as you approach it rightfully, if the message resonates with you. One, Sacred Symbols Oracle for the Gemini, Sun, and Rising Collective for the new moon in Scorpio. Okay. You have protection and soulmate. Yeah. There is a friend about you, a friend around you, even your mirror self, right, Gemini? We have safe travel. We have karmic path. Number 8, Saturn. I'm laughing only because I do see this as a moving, like physically moving. Maybe you're traveling a lot during this holiday season. And again, like I don't know why the Taurus, because Uranus retrograde moved from Gemini and re-entered Taurus, and then it'll, in its forward movement, it'll come back to the Gemini transit. And I believe this is a inspired moment for you to really truly see it, the raw karmic aspect of it, which is more so just your understanding and what will you do with the knowledge that you have arrived at. So in the case of Taurus, it was more about emotions. In the case of you, Gemini, it's confronting that. And it's not about me telling you to confront reality. I'm not saying you don't. Like, I would not be able to say that. Oh my gosh, but it is about the fear, the emotion, the emotional aspect of fear. Okay. It's a false emotion appearing real, right? Fear, I forget what the acronym, I don't know. Anyway, see the growth that this has. We're like, see how much growth, okay? See the growth in it, like how much you have grown, how the maturity, you maturing, you acknowledging the maturing aspect is more so like you've been through more than most, and like more than most. Your intellectual, emotional body is on another plane. It's on this Saturnian plane where you can lead others now, you can teach others now. Not that you couldn't earlier or before, but this is a leveling up, okay? And where the path may have seemed really difficult, it now will become more where you can take action, okay, where you won't feel stuck. Thank you so much. One, Animal Spirit for the Gemini, Sun, and Rising Collective. You are at a pivotal point, a crossroads, where you are undoing. Okay, rabbit, the earth. This is maybe what I was trying to say. There's a truth you also need to acknowledge, or there's something you need to write, or there's something you need to release or publish, or it involves a truth that again, you could be like an educator, a teacher, or someone like a speaker that leads and teaches. And you're going from, or you could be coming to that, like that role. You could you may have been inspired, you may have been working on it, but you still feel small. And this is what is happening now, is asserting the level of knowledge and maturity you possess to actually commit to this process, okay? And commit more so to the undertaking. You've been processing, you've been going through the process with Saturn here. And so it may even feel like it's dharmic in that your purpose, you align with a purpose, okay? Which I don't know why a lot of people want that. I'm like, isn't the purpose just to like enjoy? So I'm sorry, that is me being bad. The Dharma is to enjoy life, not to have a purpose and work our asses off, right? Like, what the fuck? But Gemini, you might like, that might be you. Like, kind of like Taurus, like work, 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 work. You see Gemini and Taurus have to work. Okay, wait. I'm here. Come back. Okay. There's a lot of shift in your work, in your surroundings, in your environment, the way you work. Finally becoming the head of the freaking company. I don't know. Like you deserve, like, 5 years ago or something. Okay. 3 archetypes for the Gemini Sun and Rising Collective. Okay, here's the Eternal Child. Wow. The Orphan and the Eternal Child. 5 and 4. Oh my gosh. Gemini, this is really about you being left out, or like you're the black sheep. I mean, are you really? Like, are we really? Once we were like, no, we're not. It's like, no, we're not. We're not going to take anything like that anymore. And at first it is difficult because you put your foot down and people are like, oh, wow, you put your foot down. Oh my God, you have a voice. Okay, well, yeah, you do. You were playing it small, but you're actually like, no more, no mas, the orphan, 5. That is the situation. That's what's happening. A lot of the decisions we make come from that pervasive vibration within us. And once we declare like this shift, once we assert the shift and the growth and seeing it from a different angle or perspective or a whole mindset, like recalibration, like you come into this, you're like, this is the challenge, the Eternal Child card number 4, which is just like having fun. Oh my God, yeah. Your dharmic purpose is to have a lot of fun, baby. Capital F. Okay. It's a 3-letter word, fun. F-U-N. Okay. It does contain F-U, right? Gemini. Gemini, you could be telling a group of people to F-U people. Okay, wow. This is fun. This is fun for you. This is fun for me. This is a fun reading for you, for me, for us. This is Supreme Lovers energy. This is the Sun card out of the Hierophant, out of the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. Okay, no more. We don't do with that. Okay, we don't work in that opposition of like, why me, why us, or why do they do this to us? We work in like, I do this for me, I do this for myself, and I do this for the us that matters, right? Like, there's a lot of fun to be had, and that could be the challenge. Okay, the vow. Again, it's like the way you speak to yourself, or maybe because of the karmic path, it's from childhood stuff, like, or if you want to, be super spiritual about it, it is just like, this is what you're working on. That is dharma in a way, where you've come to a huge part, or like a point in life. Wow, the thread. 70, you've come to a part in life, a point in life. 54, where you're being given the decision by Saturn to understand that you've already fulfilled this karmic aspect of you. You've already been on the roller coaster. You've already been the black sheep in previous forms, and now it's about you becoming like fully locking in integration and no longer speaking to yourself in that manner, no longer saying yes to that. And the message did start out like that, like a lot of we said yes because of the way we were operating in the way that we were operating, and now we can say no, not to create blocks but to create expansion within our own like enjoyment, like coming from a place of like I have to enjoy it to say yes to it. I have to understand that there's joy in it. I have to feel the joy to say yes. So right now I'm going to say no. And then from the pulling back, from yoking your way out of that, then you can start to say yes. But first there's a lot of no, saying no, 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 and then yes, yes. Okay. Wow. Cool. You're no longer playing it small. I hope you're not. I hope you're seeing that. But even though you went big, you were playing it small. The Death card wants to come out. Transformation. Rebirth. Okay. Thank you so much. 10-card spread for the Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising Collective for the new moon in Scorpio for their latter half of November. Wow. You're electrifying. A lot of Aries energy. Okay, in the spring, this will all have rolled out. Princess of Cups, that's you. Okay. No, you're not a child. Maybe again, the child. This is you going back to readdressing. Okay, now dressing up as such, showing up as such. Like I am fun. I am like cool. I am enjoy, and it's more than just like I am cool. It's more like y'all aren't cool. Y'all need to keep your cool while I present in a way where it's like I'm not giving into that anymore. I'm not being pushed around or put in that corner. You've healed a lot of that aspect of you. Princess of Cups, Scorpionic. Okay, Pisces and Cancer, watery. We did have water. Saturn is in Pisces in its retrograde motion. And then it'll go into Aries in March, I believe. Okay. Okay. Message for the Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising Collective. Thank you so much. The situation at hand. Okay, card number 11. Lost card, strength card, Leo. Trying to get to the place where all of this will like burst through. This is also magic. This is also magic through practice and like this kind of raw format. Really the truth, magic in truth, like, okay, magic in you coming to address your speech, okay, and more so how you speak to yourself, how you speak about yourself to others, and how that also means how you show up. Okay, last card. Oh my goodness, was there a card that flipped out? The challenge at hand for the Gemini, Sun, and Rising Collective. Okay, the challenge we said, the organization, the family, the people, the structures that be, the city, the town, wherever you are at, the Hierophant, okay? There's no going back, okay? The challenge is like breaking down that structure, which is what Uranus is saying, we're having to break it down in front of you, or in before your eyes, is what I mean. This is the rebuild. This is organizing, getting organized to organize something new. Ace of Cups. At the top of your mind, transformation, a new home or a new place, movement, shifting. This is really about the transformation, okay? And then showing up, not having to even speak. This is that magic we're talking about. Transformation magic, truth magic, okay? Magic in everyday life. And it really truly is about shift, okay? Out of dark into light, coming out of that, going through that process, okay? It's not that you've been playing it small, but it is like, this is the root of the situation, is not having to play it small anymore, and not having to actually fight for it, just showing up and understanding that as long as you don't give in to them, to that, that's it. That's the biggest step you can take. And you presenting yourself in that manner is what your mind is on, okay? And that's why the challenge may be, well, let's do it. Okay. And you're like, I have been doing it, Armando. What are you freaking talking about, bro? Okay, thank you so much, Gemini. Hit like. It's been a long, hard road, right? Out of that. It has started. You have started. Two of Cups. This is you committing to you. It's here. You have been doing that. Venus in Cancer, and then we have Mars in Leo. We have Taurus. We have Leo. We have a lot of Leo. Okay, Jupiter in Pisces. This is it. This is your mind is on when will you be able to say yes again? Because first you have to say yes to yourself and commit to, which it seems like you've been going through that. So you're in the midst of it. You're in the magical zone. So you're in the manifestation zone. So it's just like alignment. Okay. Actions match the magic, the thread. Okay. Happiness. This is so cool. I know it sounds erratic. I love it. Jupiter. It is that first come back to you. It could feel very raw. It could feel very vulnerable, and then rise, then show up. Okay. You will do this. Fortune. Empress. Wow. This is so cool. I know I keep saying that. I keep saying cool, cool. This is gonna work out for you. Okay. You're relinquishing control of parts that you know that you've like tried time and time again. You've tried to control this aspect of you. It has become overwhelming. And now it's you are proven to abide by natural course. Okay. There's a bigger force around you. And maybe at a moment in time, you're like, I don't know. And going from like, yes, no, father, mother, good angel, bad angel. And now it's like, no, there's this supreme essence of you around you, above you, and then below, here on this plane, and you showing up in that format of not being swayed this way, that way. Well, they said this, they said that. Like, okay, now balance, not overwhelm. Okay. Prince of Swords, Aquarius. There's a lot of clarity in the mind in this transformation. It's more about you. It's like it is a lot about you not being stuck and misled by others' thoughts. But this is you coming to clarity, you coming to define where you the mental, putting down all the mental struggle. Okay, clarity, definition, youth. This guy's cool. This is Aquarius, Prince of Swords, the coolest one of all. It is dope. It is also freaking shadow aspect of Capricorn. Again, it's that organization. It's like maybe some folks like your family, again, told you that you had to do it this way, you had to do it that way, and you've either been rejecting or accepting it. And can I just say that the Queen of Wands neither accepts nor rejects? They define, they defy, they define, and they draw in, they thread to their source, okay? And there is that source, the wand in the middle. That is where you act from, where you shine, where you happily, contently move. That point is where you move from in happiness and contentment. And you're understanding that now through the process. Maybe you always knew that. We always know, right? In hindsight. Hindsight is always 2020. Okay, maybe that year or those numbers are significant to you. This is a lot about work. I know you're worried, but you should have more hope. You should have more Virgo. Yes, the eclipse seasons were very like they signaled this auspicious incoming auspicious energy, okay? Sun in Virgo, 8 of Discs. So there could be someone around you too that helps you to clarify. Either someone very witchy or someone very magical, someone very like works on a different intellectual plane, and not saying that it's better or different. It is just different. And they're able to offer that difference in the opinion that then helps you to assert a truth and work on magic. There's a lot of magic here as well. Okay, Ace of Cups, 3 of Wands. This is a beautiful outcome. This is addressing that Page of Cups. Okay. This is you becoming very emotionally clear about contentment and happiness, the difference and the connection between both, and how you can achieve either or both, and what that means in your shift, okay? I'm relinquishing control of others, how they feel, what they feel about you. No longer operating in that manner. Ace of Cups. 3 of Wands by the spring. A whole new you, okay? Thank you. Gemini. You know this is happening. Be more enthusiastic about what you've healed rather than in sorrow and pain about what healing means. Okay, maybe the pain comes from it's painful to say no, but then it's in joy that you come into through perseverance. Okay. Something happened in the last 2 months anyway, where someone has shifted. Someone has helped you to shift. Okay. Clarity on the 9 of Cups. Okay. Yes, has alluded to wealth, has alluded to who around you is affecting you, who is affecting your wealth, your practice, your work, your line of work, okay? And the community, again, it may also shift, or once you undergo this process and you commit to it, it means you show up differently and the community appears differently, or they actually come to you for your practices, your services, okay? Queen of Cups. You go from Princess, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups to Queen of Cups. You're showing up in love, okay? You're very attractive. What you're attracting could very well be a shift, a movement, an emotional blockage is released, is removed, and that means you actually may move. You may move to a new community as well. Your practice, okay? There's a lot to say about your practice. I don't know, like your line of work evolves. You're a healer, you're a caretaker, you also, believe it or not, you are removing emotional blockages out of, remove that from people, from their bodies. So you are a healer as well. Okay, Ace of Cups. Perhaps you've been working to fully commit and grow your practice of healership. Your light worker, healing abilities, okay, making money, earning money from that, and you're very hopeful, and it is very much, I must assert that this process will culminate and mean that this will be a success. Okay, wow, blah, blah, blah. Ace of Cups, clarity. So Justice and the Death card, rebirth, justified, karmic. You've achieved a level within yourself, unlocks and unbinds you, undoes you. You remove the bind to what constricts you. This could be a lot about family stuff. Like you can't, you're just not showing up like they want you to. And that doesn't mean it's to defy them, but it may mean you have to defy them as part of the karma. And you're understanding that because you want to actually grow in your business and commit to your practice and what you believe in. What's right for you, right? Freaking Scorpio and then Libra. This has been happening in the last 2 months, right? The end is near. The victory is close by. Feel it. Yes, healing from those family issues. Here you are, Gemini, you're coming through. The Lover's card. But you are not going to allow the little things to hold you back from this bigger, okay, what's more meaningful for you, your rebirth. Okay, you can't deal with others' emotions. You can't say yes just because the father wanted you to do this or the family wanted you to do that. Nope. If you have to go to court, go to court. Or maybe this involves inheritance, other people's money. They want you to do this with that. They want you to do this with that. You're going to do what's right for you, okay? Because you've undergone this process. And maybe you just need to tell them, my business, my practice will be successful. So give me what's rightfully mine. And y'all can go cry about it, and I can go do about it. I can go do as I will and assert my practice, my business, myself in a loving nature, okay? You don't have to fight for it anymore, okay? There's magic in what you do. You are a magician. You perform magic as well. You call this in. You are guided by a light, the light, love, light, love, the love of the light, the removal, the love of alchemy, temperance, okay? The love of truth. For the love of truth, Gemini, I honor you. Please hit like if the message resonates. Thank you so much. Hit subscribe. Stick around if you're new here. I am ever so grateful. I'll be back with more. Ciao.